Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you all had a great day and that at this point in the evening you are with friends or family and you're relaxing and you're gearing up for a fun weekend and that you're also gearing up for our start on Monday. I am so excited. I think I said this in the last video, but I am just completely recommitting myself to the containers with you all, and I am ready. I am ready. I have my meals planned. I am ready to get rid of these last 20 pounds I want to shed, and I couldn't think of a better group of people to do that with than with you guys. So let's get this party started, and let's make sure we are still on our way to starting off right on Monday. We, so far this week, have unpacked our boxes. We have looked at Beachbody On Demand. We have scoured our eating plans, and hopefully you all on your own have picked them up as well and read through them cover to cover. They're not very long, and really familiarized yourself with the eating lists, the container formula and how many containers you should have in a day, what the freebies are, all of that fun stuff. So hopefully you know that eating plan right and left, top to bottom. I, for the longest time, with my first program, kept that thing in my purse. I mean, that was like my Bible for a while. So hopefully you get as intimate with yours as I did with mine. I think it will really help you stay on track. Another thing that will really help you stay on track is the next step in getting ready for Monday, and that is meal planning. And that's what we're going to talk about for the next few minutes. There are several ways to go about this. There is no wrong way. Meal planning needs to fit your lifestyle. The amount of time you have, the number of people you are cooking for or prepping for. I have one challenger in here I know who's doing time for dinner, which is awesome and doable. And I'm going to help her figure out her containers using time for dinner. So there's no right or wrong. The only wrong thing you could possibly do is not put any thought into the process, because then sadly you are ultimately setting yourself up for failure and you will not follow that container system, which we discussed yesterday is so critical. So here we go. I'm going to cover 3 basic ways to track your containers and to really start meal planning. The first one's just a quick review. It's the pen and paper container tracker list that's in the file section, under the file section in this group. It's also on Beachbody On Demand. If you can't find that tracker sheet for you to print out, let me know and I will make sure that you locate it. You can do meal planning in that way, as basic and fun and rudimentary as that is, and there's nothing wrong with that. Start simple. If you're feeling overwhelmed, especially start simple. Start somewhere and use that tracker system and just mark up the containers as you go. How do you meal plan for that? It's just this easy. Look at your eating plan, look at all the food lists in your eating plan, and start creating a grocery list of all the foods you like on those lists. Go to the store, get all of it home. You might have to prep some of your proteins. You might have to hard boil your eggs. You might have to put some chicken breast on the Foreman grill or on the grill outside. But for the most part, your planning and prepping is done. You cleared all the crap out of your pantry and fridge, gotten rid of all the junk food that's going to tempt you. If you have kids in the house or non-compliant spouses or partners, and you have to have some of it, that's fine. Hide it. I use the deep freezer in my garage. I use the top of my fridge and the top shelf of my pantry. I make those goodies and snacks as inaccessible as possible so that I actually have to put forth effort to get some of it down for my kids. So I would encourage you to do the same. And if you're using this tracker system, the paper and pen, load your shelves and fridge with the good foods, and then you have it there to grab, to pack for your lunches, to make your dinners, to make your breakfast, pack your snacks, whatever. And just track your containers as you go throughout the day. All right? That simple. And not a bad place to start. Another way to track your containers is electronically, and that is through your phone. There are multiple tracker apps for Androids and iPhones. There's really not a better one out there. The one I use and like is Cubesol, Cubesol. And the app in the App Store looks like this. It's that square with the 6 color-coded containers in it. And again, Cubesol is the producer of that app. I think it's $1.99. I do believe there are some 21-day fix container tracker apps for the iPhone for sure, and possibly the Android that are free. So if you find a free one and it has relatively good reviews, download it. Again, there's no wrong app to use. But on these apps, you can do exactly what you could do with the pen and paper container tracker. You just don't have to lug around your paper all day with you. And also those apps will allow you to keep track of your weight and your water intake as well as your exercise for the day. So now if you're doing Country Heat, you won't be able to track your exercise because it's 21-day fix focused, but you'll be able to do everything else that the app allows you to do. So another great way to track, and meal planning will be identical to the paper pen method. Just load your pantry and fridge with the good stuff off those lists that you know you will eat. You will feel at the grocery store you are buying an inordinate amount of veggies and fruits, and maybe within maybe that first week or two you'll either have to go back to the store because you didn't buy enough, or you might find a few things go bad. It'll be kind of a trial and error at first, and that's okay. If you hate wasting food, better to be under buying and then have to go back midweek to Aldi or somewhere quick and grab more fresh produce than to overbuy and waste. All right. The third and final way to meal plan is to spreadsheet it. And I'm going to share with you how I do it, but this isn't the only way to do it. You can create your own spreadsheet and make it as detailed or as simplified as you would like. If you go to Google and just type out 21-day fix meal plans, heck, there probably is even some, you probably could even Google Country Heat meal plans already, and you'll find some. Go to the images on Google and you'll have all kinds of examples of meal plans already out there. Do your research, go and check out a few. Don't overwhelm yourself to the point to where you don't know what to do, but just to get some general ideas. If you like my spreadsheet that you're looking at right now, steal it. Let me know you like it. Give me your email address if I don't already have it on file under your Team Beachbody account, and I will send you this in either Pages, mine right now is Mac Pages, or a Microsoft Word document. I can convert it and send it that way too. Open it up and start plugging and chugging in your own meal plan. I don't mind at all. And that is what I do week to week. Now that I've created this spreadsheet, I literally pull it up and I keep meals 3 and 4 really the same every day, week in and week out. I have fruit and almond butter for my 3rd meal, and for my 4th meal, I generally have my shake, and I add in my nuts if I haven't used dressing or something else earlier in the day or have it planned for my dinner. And I add an oil, my PB2, which is powdered peanut butter, to my shake if I need an extra oil. So every week when I sit down to meal plan, I pull this spreadsheet up and I already know my meals 3 and 4 are going to be identical. Then I take my meal 5, my dinner meal, and I plan that next. And I will go to Pinterest. This is generally what takes me the bulk of my time. I will go to Pinterest. I will share my boards with you. I will include them in the comment section under this video. And I have Beachbody boards full of 21-day fix-friendly recipes. And if they're not already broken down in containers, they can easily be broken down into containers. And I'd be happy to help you with that. So I scour my Pinterest boards. I do a little bit of, if I have like a hankering for something, I will go onto Pinterest and type in 21 Day Fix baked ziti if I'm craving pasta. And I'll find that recipe and I'll pin it. And then I will add the grocery, I'll add the things I need to my grocery list, whatever I don't have in my pantry or fridge. So that's what takes the bulk of the time when I am creating this meal plan, are my dinners. But I start there and then I build up backwards, and because that's my dinners generally take the bulk of my containers. That's just the way I eat. You can see on this week's meal plan that will start on Monday for me, I planned mainly crock pot recipes. Number one, because my husband's going to be out of town and I know I'm going to be cranky and impatient and crazy by evening. I have to take my oldest son to 2 practices next week. So it's just going to be crazy. And number two, I also know that a lot of you are going back to work next week, and I thought having some crock pot recipes in your arsenal would be helpful. So again, in the comment section of this video, I will post all these dinner recipes there for you. You're welcome, and I hope that they're helpful. Okay, so I plan my dinners. Then I go to the next day. So like Monday, I'm having crock-pot teriyaki chicken with rice. I go ahead and I plug that into Tuesday's meal number 2. That's my lunch. And then Tuesday night, I'm having crock-pot turkey meatballs with pasta. I go ahead and I copy and paste that into my Wednesday's meal number 2, my lunch, you see? So I already have, because I've planned out my dinners, I already have my second meal planned out because I generally will eat leftovers for lunch. Like I said, I always have fruit and almond butter for my 3rd meal and my shake for my 4th meal. So what does that leave me? Breakfast. And I plug in my remaining containers for breakfast. And I know that my go-tos for breakfast are usually fruit, eggs, and if I have a yellow to spare, I will have toast. Or if I need to plug in a blue somewhere, I'll mix in Laughing Cow cheese with my eggs or smear it on my apple, whatever. So that in a nutshell is how I devise my meal plan. It takes me very little time anymore to do it. I personally feel like an hour to 2 hours of planning and grocery list making for the whole entire week is well worth it, which is why I choose to spreadsheet mine out, but you don't have to do that, okay? Particularly if you're just starting out and it's overwhelming you. Just track the containers and have foods that you enjoy that are clean and healthy in your cabinets and in your fridge, and you will be fine. 2 more things to point out. I always, at the top of my spreadsheet, map out how many containers I have based on my allotted calorie range. So that's what you see up there. It just helps me when I go back and check through each day, count, to have that count at the top. And at the bottom, you'll see for the first couple of weeks we're together, I'm going to be wrapping up 22-minute hardcore. So there will be days where I will be working out twice, Country Heat and hardcore. And on those days, I'm allowing myself to be bumped up 1 calorie bracket, which means that I will add in, when I need to, 1 more green or veggie serving, 1 more fruit or purple, 1 more carb or yellow, and then 2 more teaspoons. But I did not figure those in because to me, it's harder to take food out on days that I won't get a second workout in than to add it back in. So that's my little note to remind myself. And what I do is I will screenshot this, like take a picture of my spreadsheet, and then I will send it to my phone so that I have a JPEG or a picture of my meal plan on my phone. So I never have to do any guesswork. I know that I can just swipe open my phone, pull the picture up, and bam, I know what I'm having for my next meal. So that in a nutshell is meal planning, and that's where I want you to head next. I want you to start purging your fridge and your pantry of the crap as much as you can. Start putting the other stuff you can't get rid of on hard to reach places, and then start figuring out, okay, what are my dinners going to look like for next week? What foods do I need to bring into the house? And either choose to spreadsheet it out or choose to commit to doing the tracker app or the paper pen version. Can't go wrong. Just do something, commit to it and do it. And let me know how I can help. This is why I'm here, and this is why I love to coach. So if you're suffering, if you're suffering in silence and you're overwhelmed right now, please don't be. Reach out in the group or private message me